Yo, yo. What is good, everyone? My apologies for the delay, but we are here. One Piece, 1129. Hope everyone's having a good day. Now I'm just making sure everything is set up correctly. Seems like it is. Obviously, let me know if the audio is good. There's a plane flying over me right now, so that's fun. Up there. Alright, well, there goes the plane. Seems like it just started going live. Seems like it did. It's pretty good. So it should be going now. Alright, the stream is good here. Stream is good here. Nice, nice. What's good, Brandon King? Just saw you in the chat. Make sure everything is good. It seems like it is. Seems like it is. Nice. Alright. So, last chapter was interesting. I saw this really great video from Morge. You know, you guys probably all know Morge if you're watching me. And he made a video talking about how he thinks that we're not on Elbaf. And I watched it, and I was pretty intrigued. I like the idea. I like the theory. You know, he's a theory guy, of course. So I thought the idea was really interesting. And I really like the idea of him saying that the Sun God character was essentially... The Sun God character was that God Knight. Because I remember bringing that up. I remember even saying, like, oh, this guy kind of looks like that. Or maybe it wasn't me specifically. Maybe it was someone in the chat. But that was brought up. That was brought up. So when he linked them together, it was really cool. And then he talked about how he had this whole other theory about how the God Knights were going to be in Elbaf. And this is like more fuel to the fire. And I'm like, okay, I can see this. Because if Shanks is on Elbaf, and the leader of the Gods Knights, now one of the Gorsei, is Shanks' dad, you know, that's a lot of fuel to that fire. So I was like, you know what, I could kind of see this. So, even though last chapter I was like, we're on Elbaf, finally, guys. Now I don't even know. I don't even know. Because, you know, we're in this, like, weird cage kind of place, Legoland, which obviously is super interesting, regardless. Really, really interesting. So, if it's not the God Knight guy, he even said it could be like a shrink fruit kind of thing, which I think is a cool idea. It would be really cool because that would be like a contrast to other abilities we've seen that are like growing in size. Like even Luffy can do that. Luffy can shrink as well, probably, which would be really cool. I don't know. I think that would be really interesting. I would like to see if that's something that happens. But it could easily be Loki, you know? Could still be Loki. It could still be some other giant weirdo guy. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see what's going to be. My expectations for this chapter, I mean, I don't really have much in the grand scheme. I have the ideas of, alright, we're going to find out who this guy is. Because we saw one of the last panels was like a super zoom in showing the eye of the, of the sun god. Like his eye. I'm just going to say his. I assume it's a guy. Because again, I assume it's either Loki, that God Knight character, something like that. So those are my general expectations. I saw Tekking. I didn't watch the video, but obviously Shasta Tekking. He made a video talking about how it could be, at least from what I assume, how it could be one of the members of Hiruden's crew, which would be cool because that would be a great way to bring in the Grand Fleet. I would like that a lot. His name was like Rodo, which is something interesting. Obviously, I would love more Hiruden. He's a very cool character, and more of the Grand Fleet being involved would be a good through line because we just saw Bartolomeo not too long ago. We saw Leo and Sai not too long ago. We haven't seen Hyruden. We haven't seen Cavendish in a while. And we definitely haven't seen Orlumbus or any of them. So, I mean, that would be cool for him to be an Elbaf as well. Because he's from there. So I would like that a lot. But yeah, those are my general expectations at this point. Because that's just what I feel. But before we get into the actual chapter, see, we got a lot of people here. Obviously, if you do want to help boost the stream, the algorithm, like the stream, of course. It always helps. And now what I'm going to do, I think I can do it from here. No. No. Alright. I got to do it from here. So we're going to do the membership gifting. You guys know how it is. Let's see the lucky 5 this stream. Alright, boom. See who they are. Shouts to Sway Shocks, Velicor, Joe D. List, Melo Scanty, and Alejandro Solis. Look at that. So those are our lucky 5 gifted members of this stream, and of October as well. Because, you know, this was the second in a row One Piece stream, which is pretty crazy. I have no idea if there will be a break next week. I truly have no idea. But if we don't, we might even get a chapter on Halloween, which would be pretty cool. Halloween One Piece. That'd be fun. I wonder if Oda's aware of that. Gonna do some spooky cover art for that one. That'd be fun. I doubt it, though. We'll probably continue the Yamato story. You know, we've been going along with that for a while. We'll probably continue this for a long time. A long time. Okay, gotta make sure that's looping. Good, good. Alright, so that should be everything. Before I get into... Oh, let me see this message. Your shout outs to Zombopocalypse 05. Appreciate you. Just sent this really nice message. I just wanted to pop it to say how much I appreciate your Adventure Time videos. I usually pop one and go for a walk. Thank you, man. I truly appreciate that. I've been struggling immensely making more of those videos because Cartoon Network's copyright demon bot that they have around is very scary. Very, very scary. But I'm hoping to do more. I'm feeling more comfortable doing like shorts on it because the copyright is not nearly as scary. And I just rewatched Fiona and Cake not too long ago, and I want to rewatch more of the like original stuff just so I get more of a more in the mindset. But yeah, definitely expect more of that in the future. So thank you for the message. I truly appreciate that. What's it called though? But yeah, speaking of, I had a thought, but oh yeah. So last stream, we just broke 10,000 ish. But it was like in the scary numbers where I'm like, oh, I don't know if we're actually going to be over 10,000. So I'm just not going to mention it really. But at this point, we are definitely over 10,000 because we just hit 10,100 earlier today. So that's pretty cool. So definitely expect a 10,000 stream sometime soon. Because I want to do that. That's something I've been building up to for a while. So I think that'll be a lot of fun. And outside of that, one of the videos that I've really wanted to do, actually, funnily enough, speaking of the Adventure Time videos, is the ranking every character, like, tier list video, which will be pain and suffering, for sure. And now that that's finally, you know, that goal is done, I'm definitely going to look forward to doing that. And that video will probably be, like, you know, not crazy edited, of course, because I don't want the bot to kill me. But I know it's probably going to be, like... 2 hours, like probably something around then, because I could just ramble forever and it'll literally just be the tier maker screen and just rambling. I can't wait till like the hyper in-depth analysis stuff, and I'll just be like, yeah, this character's great. And I'll be like, some characters will be a few seconds, some will be a few minutes. It'll be a fun time. So yeah, I look forward to that. That'll be pain and suffering. But yeah, that's my that's my spiel, I guess, right now. My expectations for the chapter, bunch of updates, you know. That's kind of what it is at the moment. I'm trying to think if there's anything else off the top of my head. Oh, yeah. So, I don't use Twitter very often, like for, you know, posting actual stuff. I usually just am there for like nice fan art of stuff I like, whatever. But I got some news last night, and I was kind of saddened by it, so I wanted to talk about this real quick. And it was that the voice actress for Doraemon, she passed away. Luckily, it wasn't seemingly anything bad. She died at 90, so she had a long life, and, you know, had a lot of influence on a lot of people. So that was pretty awesome. I don't really talk about it ever on the channel, but I used to watch that show very heavily, especially when I was in like high school or getting into high school. So that kind of hit. That kind of hit for me a lot. I'm actually wearing a Doraemon shirt right now. I tend to wear it often. It's like this nice little shirt. Got a little pocket, you know. And I got a little piggy bank up there of Doraemon up there. So, yeah, that was a pretty wild thing for me, because that was a show I would watch pretty heavily. I liked the imagination of that show. So it was kind of like, oh damn, that sucks. But hey, she had a long, fulfilling life, influenced a ton of people, so that's pretty sick. Pretty sick. But yeah. Just wanted to talk about that because, I don't know, I felt like that was something important. But yeah, that is really all I'm thinking at the moment. I say we get into the chapter. Let me just make sure everything is good. It seems like it's all good. So, yeah, expectations. We'll probably see who the Sun God character is. If they are the God Knight character, that would be cool. If they are Loki, that would be cool. So I'm down for whatever. I at least hope we're on Elbaf. That's kind of my general hope. If we're not on the island, I'll be like, okay, dude. Okay. But yeah, before we get into this, like I said, if you want to help support the channel in any way, obviously chatting alone does a lot, makes it the community more active, and I love that. But what's it called? Yeah, like the stream, share the stream. You guys know how it is. But yeah, let's get into this. One Piece 1129 Living Dolls. Okay, so Living Dolls is probably referring to them being in like Legoland. Cool. We got Tama. Love Tama. Tama doing some kunoichi training, probably. Oh, there's Shinobu. A ninja lesson at Amigasa Village. I forget where Amigasa Village was. Was that where we met Tama? At the start of the story? Is that where we met Tama? I don't remember the name off the top of my head, so... If it is, that's cool. It kind of does look secluded and, you know, a foresty area, so... I could easily see this being where she was hiding away with Sukiyaki. That would be pretty cool. Alright, nothing crazy there. It's just nice to see Tama. Alright, let's get into this. Okay. A world in chaos. I like that they did that, so it's not actually like a real world. That's pretty cool. That does get me a bit worried we're not on Elbaf. Does get me a bit worried. Also, I'm going to turn my camera off real quick. Really quickly. I just got to sneeze really badly. Alright. That was a lot of sneezing. But we're good. We're good. Alright. Let's get back into this. Great Sun God, please calm down. Look, you can see flames from the cracks. The sky is falling. It's the end of the world. Ooh. Okay. The flames from the crack. Oh yeah, because they burnt that one room. I remember that now. I shall never forgive this slight, you living dolls. You demolished my temple. And my poor servants. Alright, this dude's kind of a bum. There's no way this is the God Knight guy. There's no way. If he is, he sucks. If he is, he sucks. That guy's way too scary. He's more like a demon than a god. Is it okay for the town to be shaking like this? All this was really made out of those blocks. Jump over, cat. The people are screaming. What great Iscat. It is so crazy how all this stuff... I feel like Oda must have been having a really fun time drawing this environment, you know? Because all this Lego stuff, this is so, like, not One Piece. You know, he's never done anything like this before. It's so cool. He must have put a ton of time into it. Let's try to get away without destroying his hard work. And then the cat immediately starts crushing all this stuff. That's so cool. Stop that, Iscat. Why are you aiding them? We can reach the end of the world in no time thanks to this cat. Huh? We're going where now? You should listen, Luffy. We need to follow the blueprints. Hold on. There's a plane going over me again. Oh, another plane. You should listen, Luffy. We need to follow the blueprints. And then Nami throws away the blueprints. Don't worry. I memorized them. Ooh. Look, Luffy. You see that mirror? We could see the door from earlier in it. Oh, that's cool. Ah, you're right. If you look closely, all the clouds are just strung up balls of cotton. Bro. Why did he do this? I think that's the one thing I'm really trying to figure out. If this is a giant, like it is Loki, is he doing this for some sense of control, some sense of, you know, power? I could easily see that, but like the balls of cotton, the Lego houses, like I think it has to be some sense, like it's so interesting. So interesting. Yo, what's good? Roland V-Dub. Appreciate you for stopping by. Look, if you look closely, all the clouds are just strung up balls of cotton. This place may look expansive, but it's really just a giant's room. Right. So the horizon only seems endless. Okay, so they're just saying a giant's room, but is that a bait and switch where it's not actually a giant? I don't know. But it is interesting. It is interesting. But it shouldn't be much further. We just need to keep pushing forward. And we got a map, of course, the Oda Classic. Oh, and the mirror is against the tree, so the tree looks... Okay. That's cool. That's cool. I like that a lot. We've already crossed half the country. This is so cool. Wow. Now I see. If you believe those blueprints show everything about this realm, then you are mistaken. Verily, this place is, in truth, a giant detention center. I like how the staff is a net. The staff is a net. That's really cool. That's fun. That's creative. A net? Why is he talking like a samurai? Interesting. He's talking like a samurai? Oh, now I kind of buy the God Knight thing. I hate this because I'm so like, I have no idea now. And the bait with the giant, like it's a giant detention center. Not like a big one, but it could be 4 giants that he shrinks. Ooh. Okay. Okay. The lighting's a bit dark. Let me Let me fix that real quick. The lighting should be better. Yeah, it looks better. Okay. This facility was designed to ensure no giant escapes its walls. Even if you were to reach the other side, do you think you have a hope of breaking through? That way is another dead end. Okay, so he's got a lab. What's going on with this guy? Now I'm really invested. Hey, keep running, cat. Great Iscat. Why are those people riding you? Hurry up and go. And Zoro and Sanji that just beat the crap out of this cat. That's crazy. Just beat the crap out of the cat. And it breaks the net by slicing it. Oh, 'cause it's metal. And they just cut it. Very cool. The metal wires. This resistance is futile. Ahead is the domain of the mighty Ear God. And he has no idea. He has no idea they killed it already. Great Sun God. About the Ear God. The truth is, it's just a skeleton. We found his body burned to a crisp earlier today. The cause is unknown. We thought our misfortune couldn't get any worse. Then we saw the cracks in the sky. This day is truly cursed. They beat it? No way. That carnivorous rabbit? My Golt's bunny? This is kind of fun. A carnivorous rabbit. It was already too late. Oh, he's going crazy. How lovely. How precious. This world is a marvel. A grand tale is unfolding in my miniature garden, taking a life of its own right before my very eyes. Oh, okay. I thought it was like a whole different voice, but I don't know at this point. Is it a different voice, or... Because the subtitles... Yeah, subtitles. The lettering here is completely different. I think he might be put... Like, this might... Let's say this is Loki, right? Let's just keep going on that now. Loki's whole thing is that he can shapeshift. He's like a trickster, you know? So him being able to, like, change his voice to play different roles, that makes sense to me. So maybe this voice here, the how lovely, how precious, is actually what Loki is like. But when he's the sun god, he has this deep, thick lettering. That's really interesting. Really interesting. And this pose is interesting, like a very effeminate hand pose. Interesting. I underestimated them. This is giving me goosebumps. Verily, evil has spawned, and heroes are being born in the world I created. Why does he keep saying verily? History is being made. This is the beauty of my living dolls. A minimalist world, and it's all mine. This could be our only chance. The escape route is open. Oh, they know it's a prison? They know it's a prison? That's interesting that they know it's a prison. This could be our only chance. The escape route is open. Let's run while we still can. Spread the word. Okay, now I'm buying that it's a giant more. Because all these people are like... now I don't know. Because a giant detention center makes me think it's a detention center for giants. And maybe this guy, the sun god, has the shrink fruit. So it could be Loki. Could be Loki with the shrink fruit. Because maybe if Loki can shapeshift, it would be a good inversion on Oda's part to have Loki's ability be shapeshifting other people. While Loki's shapeshifting is actually like his voice, his mannerisms. That's how he shapeshifts. That would be interesting. That would be really interesting. And that could also explain why the cat was able to turn into a lion, because Loki gave that cat the ability to do that. Which will be really interesting if Loki sees Luffy, whose entire ability is essentially shape-shifting. I wonder how that would work. What's he laughing about? It's a live drama playing out in the palm of my hand. Hyruden may recognize you, but I don't. Let's see what you do next. Alright. That's cool. I'm a big fan of that. We even got the Hyruden name drop. So if this isn't Loki, that actually adds a lot of fuel to Teking's fire. However, that takes a lot of fuel out of Morge's fire with the whole God Knight idea. I think Hyruden being dropped here, it really makes that wane a bit. Interesting. Alright, let's see. That's a bot. That's a bot. It's definitely a bot. Alright. Usopp coming in. Lethal Green Star. What I'm gonna do is this. Hopefully this works. Cool, alright. Lethal Green Star. Skull Bomb Grass. Love Usopp doing things. Alright. It's no use. I broke the mirror, but that wall is seriously strong. Just leave it to me. That's how Luffy sang that. That's really interesting. Like, what is this stuff made? I would love if it's Wapol metal. I would love that. That would be a really cool thing. But Elbaf, you know, about forging, you know, could be forging on Elbaf. I would like that. Brilliant. What a chapter. What? What? What a chapter. This is gonna be a this panel is gonna go like triple platinum on Twitter. Brilliant. What a chapter. It's gonna go so crazy. I can't get enough of these weaklings struggling against their fate. Their bitter failure and hollow despair only showcases their humanity. Setbacks and disappointments. That's the core of character development. This guy is awesome. This folly is comical to watch, but your valiant efforts moved me to tears. I am glad you made your way to me. Whoa. 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 Okay. Whoa. Alright. Things have changed here. He knows all their names. Luffy Tasso, Zoro Tasso. What does the Tasso mean? Nami Tasso, Usopp Tasso, San Tasso, Cho Tasso. He's even giving them nicknames. Like the abbreviation of Sanji and Chopper. Why? Like that's crazy. That's so interesting that he knows who they are. That's so interesting. He knows our names? What's a Tasso? I'm gonna punch through you. I'm gonna punch through. Time for a little Gear Force. Oh yeah. Look at that Bound Man. Actually, is he even Bound Man? Is he? I can't even tell. He looks like he's normal Luffy, but he has just a Gear 4 arm. That's really cool if that's the case. Hey, Usopp, there's no one to blame over a natural disaster, right? You mean like earthquakes, floods, and storms? No, generally those things just happen. Good, because that guy definitely put us through a lot of crap. He's really pissed me off. I like this face that Nami has. Hey, he's a giant, so... I totally get your rage, Nami. I'll never forgive him either. I can't stop thinking about how he got to dress you up. I'll grind him to dust with my own legs. Get a grip, Sanji. Besides, I have a feeling he's about to feel some divine retribution. Oh, this is so raw. This is so raw. What's this? The sun god's like, huh? Mugen, what have you got this time? Caw. Hey, this is the Straw Hat crew. But the giant warrior pirates were guiding them. Oh my god, Tekking was right. Oh my god, Tekking was right. That's crazy. That's crazy. Wow. Wow. Wow, I'm actually really... Wow. Wow. Okay. Okay. Hold up. We're gonna watch this video after this. We are watching his video after this. Dude, he cooked so hard. Could this giant be the false sun god? He cooked so hard. Oh my god. Wow. Alright, we're watching that video after this. But the giant warrior pirates were guiding them. Something must have happened. They're fast asleep. Wait. If they came from Egghead, did they go through the sleeping mist belt? Okay. Seriously? Yep. There's a weird, There's an interesting, panel here. I don't know what this flashback panel is supposed to mean. Seriously? Yep. I don't get that. Whatever. This is awesome. Hyruden joined you all on his own. He wanted us new giant pirates to serve you. As if. Elbaf's strongest warriors don't follow itty-bitty humans. Hasn't he got a shred of pride? Just look at this small, frail body. Oh, wow. It's my queen, Nam. Oh, okay, so it wasn't Nami. It was Nam? No, it was Nami. Okay. Uh-oh. Oh, and they're starting to wake up, so he's using the sleeping mist, probably. Just go back to sleep. You're in for a surprise when you wake up. I see you have no clue where you are. Stay and run wild here. Now you will serve me. Huh? Ready, Zeus? I'm raring to go, Nami. What is this? I didn't make that. Then by all means. Thunder... Yo, Nami actually just cooked the out of this guy. Nami just demolished him. Demolished. What? Great sun god. I hate to do this, but we're leaving. Bye-bye, Block Country. Oh, that's sick. So Luffy is normal Luffy, but he's able to use Gear 4 abilities? Oh my god. Gum Gum. We're finally getting out. Serves you right, you giant perv. Please let the outside be Elbaf. Please. Alright, Luffy broke through the wall. Really cool panel. We're free. What lies just out of sight? And we're not gonna see it. We're not gonna see what lies out of sight. God. Alright. Wow. You know what? That was a very fun chapter. I thoroughly enjoyed reading that. I'm just gonna assume that this is Elbaf. I'm going to assume this is Elbaf. This is the best chapter so far of all the stuff. The last chapter was really great. Really, really great chapter last time. With all the mystery and the crew interactions. This was amazing. The mystery... Him revealing he knew their names. I was hooked. I was hooked at that moment. That was crazy. Yeah, and I love his... This guy has such weird dialogue. I love it. Like, what, that one? Where was it? Where was the chapter panel? That's gonna go so crazy on Twitter. What a brilliant chapter. What a brilliant chapter. That's gonna go so... I can't believe it. That's such a fun, like, out of left field pick. But I mean, that's classic Oda. That's classic Oda. Just take something that you wouldn't even expect. Boom, you're now a major character in the story. I love whenever he does that. It shows so much, like so much faith in the readers, the watchers. That's sick. That is so sick. Let's see. Go Peep, chapter 898, cover page and chapter title. Is that the one where this character first appears? This Rodo guy? One Piece chapter... Excuse me. 898. This is probably where the character first appears. Will definitely return? That's crazy. And it's this guy, Rodo. And it just says, will definitely return. Like, this character will definitely return. That's so cool. That's so cool. I also really like that this guy, it says he is the navigator. So it makes a lot of sense that he would already know what this sleeping mist place is, how they got there. Maybe he uses those birds to help him navigate. I also really like that he's the navigator, and the one that defeated him was Nami, the Straw Hat's navigator. That's cool. That's really cool. That's really cool. Something that I do think is kind of interesting, though, is they used to work for Buggy. Because Hyru didn't work for Buggy. And he's like, he wanted us new giant pirates to serve you, as if Elbaf's strongest warriors don't follow itty-bitty humans. But you did. You followed Buggy. So, I don't know, that's kind of shaky to me. I don't fully believe that. It's interesting that... Oh, okay, no, Hyruden did want them to help as well, but he's like, no. No. I really want to know how he got it. You said he got it because of the eye and the shoes? That's crazy. Where did he see the shoes? Where did he see the shoes? Oh, with the fur? That was definitely in the last chapter. Yeah. It's not letting me go back. The last chapter, I think, had the boots in it. Let's see this. It did! Oh my god. What a read. What a read. Yeah, because the boots are there. Then the eye is there. Crazy. Crazy, bro. That's crazy. This guy showed up over 5 years ago. And it said, will definitely return. Wow. Viz title, I will return. This character specifically, I will return. That's nuts. That's so nuts. Yeah, the teching prediction, man. That's good, Sway. Appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, this is immensely impressive to me. Immensely impressive. Because Tekking, you know, he's got like that encyclopedia brain when it comes to One Piece. That was huge. Huge. It is kind of interesting, right? It is kind of interesting. So let's compare the two ideas for this chapter. Let's compare the two major ideas that I heard that weren't Loki, right? The two major ideas were Morge's idea, God Knight guy, shrink fruit, connecting all this stuff. And you know what's crazy? This is all great for plot and like speeding the plot along. If it was a God Knight, let's say if it was a God Knight, Skull guy, if it was the God Knight, that would immediately mean the God Knights are going to be fought in this arc immediately. It would then mean that Shanks is going to interact with Figarland, possibly, because we could assume Shanks is in this arc. Like there's so much. The God Knight stuff, if it was a God Knight, the plot would have sped along dramatically. It would have been like, oh, the God Knights are here right now. The Straw Hats are fighting the God's Knights. You know? All this stuff. Shanks might be at Elbaf. All this stuff is building around this exact idea of God Knights in Elbaf, right? Because the plot would speed forward crazy. These antagonistic forces, we're fighting them right now. But Tekking's idea is almost like the antithesis to this idea. Because this idea is like, new things in the plot. New things in the plot. They're now rushing. We got to do this. We got to do this right now. Tekking's idea is, remember that thing from the past? Remember that thing? It's back now. And when we think about One Piece realistically, it's a blend of both those things. Usually. It's a blend of something new and something old. Because a lot of the arcs, you know, regardless of whether you consider them good or bad, you know, compared to one another, there's usually some through line from something way earlier in the story with some new stuff at the right now. Like, and Elbaf, you know, this is something that's been built up for 1,000 chapters, which is crazy. This is something that's been built up for like 1,000 chapters. And having this guy, this rando, literally this rando who had one panel appearance pretty much, be back in the fold. He's like, oh yeah, now I'm like a major threat to the Straw Hats. Not really, but you get what I'm saying. An antagonistic force is cool. It's cool, you know. Oh, I love that little light right here on my face. Let's see. Yeah, right here. There's a light peering through. I love that. I love whenever that happens. Oh yes, I love that. But yeah, no, Tekking, he absolutely cooked here. Absolutely cooked. This is some this is a dry-aged Wagyu theory. This is a masterclass read of One Piece right here. Masterclass. I will definitely reach out to him and tell him that he cooked. I will definitely do that. He got it from the boots and the eye. That's so crazy. That's so crazy. Oh my god. See, you guys in the chat are talking about JoJo. There's no JoJo this month. He's on a break this month. But Hunter x Hunter. Yeah. Yes, sir. Now that's what I'm waiting for. That last chapter was a banger. I was in King Recon's stream talking about it with them. Because we were like, yo, bro. That was a great chapter last week with Hunter x Hunter. I think there won't be one this week. It'll be the week after this week. Will be the next one. I don't know how his schedule is going to be. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I see... the end of this chapter it doesn't mention a break next week, so I'll only assume there is no break next week. I will only assume that. But that gets me excited, you know. What if Luffy's seeing Elbaf? What if? How awesome would that be? I would love that. I really hope this guy is not... That stuff, like... I'm really happy it is this random guy. I like that it connects to Hyrule. I'm really, really happy about that. I'm very happy about that. This dude has a lot of potential, I think. Also, them directly mentioning Hyrule makes me think he's going to show up in Elbaf. And then, that really makes me think Big Mom is going to show up in Elbaf. It really makes me think, like, okay. Because everything Elbaf related is coming full circle. We got Dorian Brogy, Oimo and Kashi. Now Hiruden's here. Like, all the giants that we know about are here, you know? Even this rando is here, you know? So I'm really thinking Big Mom's gonna be back. I'm really starting to think that because of him. Because Hiruden was in her flashback. So Sway, no, here's what he's saying. He doesn't know they follow Luffy. He's saying he wanted us to serve you. As if, like, he's expected to follow Luffy from Hiruden's point of view. I see. This this flashback panel of seriously? Yup, is him reacting to Hiruden saying he's under Luffy. I see now. I see. This guy, he doesn't respect Luffy at all. He's like, why are we following this random guy? You know, why are we following this guy? Which is really interesting. It's kind of weird that he doesn't respect Luffy, yet he knows his name and all of his crewmates' names. That's interesting to me. Like, he knows they're supposed to follow Luffy. He knows that. But he doesn't respect him. He's not going to follow him. Where do you think the Sunny is? I'm going to assume while these guys on the... Oh! The Sun... Oh! Where is the Sunny? That's a good point. That's a good point. Where is the Sunny? I would really love it if it's like a ship in a bottle on like a shelf. That'd be really fun. That would be very fun. Because then how would you get into it? You know? Big Mom's gotta come back. Big Mom has Napoleon as a sword, and Napoleon was eventually exiled to the island of Elba. No way Elba won't be used in Elbaf in the story. Cool. 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 I like that a lot. People are wondering if there is giant to human racism. I mean, I don't think it's that deep. I think it's like, oh, giants, we're stronger than you. Why would we serve you? It's kind of like what Arlong did, where he's like, fishmen are better than you. You know, why are we under you? It's like that, but it's not, I highly doubt it's like to the extent of what Arlong is. I highly doubt that. Does he not have control over the crow? No, he definitely does. He probably sent the crow out to, like, so this guy, it says here, he's the navigator of this group of pirates, right? He's the navigator of this group of pirates. What I assume he does with all these animals is he sends them out to navigate these places. He's like, oh, you scan and look at whatever's over there. And I assume that on this day, when he found the Straw Hats, this crow was flying around looking for stuff, maybe out in the ocean, and the crow just stumbled across this, you know? Because he says, what have you got this time? Meaning, the crow repeatedly has gone out to the ocean, found something, brought it back. Maybe it was for a collectible or whatever. Maybe he's doing this because he likes to collect people for his weird block world crap. Could be that too. That is so strange. So all these people were humans. And there was no sleep. Not sleep. All these people were humans and there was no shrink fruit. Interesting. That's so interesting. I think you should do a JoJo reread/review video on all of JoJo. I don't know. I've considered doing stuff like that for a while. Like a big super analysis thing. But at this point, I'm feeling more comfortable doing the short term video stuff, not term, short form video stuff, because it gives me something new to talk about each day. It gives me a way to not worry about copyright, and most importantly, it gives me a way to not worry whether something does good or bad. That is my biggest, like, you know, worry in my head a lot of the time, because like, oh, I spent so much time on this and it did shit, you know. I would rather do something where it's like, look, I spent time on this, I am good, I'm good, I enjoyed doing that, I don't stress over it nearly as much, and it gives me a way to talk about things I enjoy, you know. I would rather talk about things I enjoy and have a fun time versus overly stressing out and going insane. Because if I did that, it wouldn't be fun. It wouldn't be fun. Let's see. But yeah, I've thought about the JoJo reread, rewatch idea for a while. Just because, you know, I enjoy the series heavily. I definitely am considering doing it with Steel Ball Run, because they recently announced they're finally putting it in English, and I wanted to talk about that, but I don't know, other people talked about it already. I don't know how much more I can add to the pot I get in, so to speak. But yeah, I'm very excited for that. Obviously, people consider that the best part, because it's a very solid, well-written story. But I'm very excited to see how things shift with it. And obviously, if there's going to be a manga for it in English, the anime might be soon. But yeah, those are my thoughts. This is a great chapter. I would genuinely consider this like a very, very high-ranking chapter. I thoroughly enjoyed this. It didn't have any crazy reveals, but it was very fun. Had great mystery. Great mystery. I like this guy. He's a weirdo. I like this guy. I like that. What a brilliant chapter. What a brilliant chapter. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Brilliant. What a chapter. I love that. I love that. And Nami had a great moment. It was very cool seeing Nami body this weirdo. Very, very cool. And maybe we're on Elbaf. Maybe. But yeah, looking forward to what's to come in the future with Elbaf, of course. There's an arc I've been looking forward to forever. Usopp even got a little moment here. It's not the best moment, but he got a moment, which is nice. It's kind of crazy, because Usopp is like, it's no use, I broke the mirror, but that wall is seriously strong. Like, he had a moment. It didn't necessarily help, because people will probably say, oh, Luffy could have just broken the mirror. Luffy could have broken the mirror and the wall. Usopp sucks, you know. People will obviously say that. But you see this, just leave it to me. Maybe he'll feel a way about that. Maybe he'll feel a way about even Nami no diffing the sun god, which was great. I love that. I love that. Also, Luffy's Gear 4 going from one end of the entire place to the other end, sick. Sick. That's going to look amazing in the anime. I feel like the scale of that will be really cool. Really cool. Man. I really hope we're in Elbaf. I really, really hope we're in Elbaf. Oh my god. Alright, but yeah. That will probably be it for me. Let's see if we can redirect to anyone. I don't know how many people are live at the moment, but we'll see. If not, there's no one live. That'll just be the end. Okay. Oh, we could watch Tekking's video. We could watch Tekking's video. Because I really do want to watch that. I really do. Okay, let's pause this music. We're gonna watch this video. Alright, teching. Let's see what you say, man. I want to look at these comments. I want to look at these comments. I'm never questioning teching again. Future Sight absolutely confirmed. Here after reading the chapter. You genius. Oda references teching to fact check himself. Holy came here to say you were right. That's nuts. That's so wild. Yeah, no, and this is such a left field pick. It's such a left field pick too. I think that's my favorite part because it's just like, what? All right, let's full screen this. You guys should be able to see it, right? Let me do something real quick. I'm gonna crop the. Oh wait, duh. No, I don't. I can just put the internet above the chat box. There we go. All right, cool. All right. Let me know if you guys can hear it or not. Should be able to. If you can't hear it, let me know. Oh, it was spooky. It was spooky. Oh, it's probably really quiet. Let me turn it up. He just said, "I think I know who the sun god is." Let's turn it up a bit.
God is. I think I know who the sun god is. I'm not sure, but a random idea popped into my head, and I spent like 5 minutes looking into it, and I think I know who the sun god is. Yep. Now, of course, I'm talking about the.
Oh, do you not hear it? If not, let me know. Maybe the chat's delayed though. Let me check. Oh, you can hear it now? Okay, cool.
Sun god. We have to add air quotes whenever referring to the sun
This is so
god,
cool.
because now
This is so cool.
well, technically there's 3 of them.
I feel like
We
I'm
have
just waiting for like a
the
crate.
actual sun god that
Because he
may or
just
may
said
not
the shoes
exist.
and the
I don't
eye.
know
Like,
if Nikon
what?
at some point is gonna like descend from on high and be like, I am displeased with the way the government is doing things. And do that. I don't think that's gonna happen. Then we have Luffy, who's in Gear 5th, and then we have the Sun God, air quotes, that captured all the Straw Hats and put them in the model Lego City. We also have God Usopp, which is a problem because Luffy and Usopp are on the same crew. I think it's about time we have another Usopp versus Luffy fight. God versus God. Really get those bets going. All right.
That would have been a good thing. As much as I love Nami beating the crap out of that guy, I did love that. I did. I really wish that Usopp got a moment fighting him. Kind of to amplify what he just said, the God versus God thing. They both, like, Usopp was given the title of a god, while this guy took it for himself to make himself seem better. So I would have liked that. You know what? With him mentioning that he was on Hiruden's crew, with I'm not gonna to be below any humans, and he even points out like how itty bitty they are, and Usopp obviously, outside of Chopper, but he's not a human. Like, Usopp's obviously the weakest looking of the humans. Usopp and Nami are considered the weakling, and Chopper, they're the weakling trio. So I would have liked Usopp to get a moment on this guy as well. If he reappears in the arc, I would definitely like Usopp to beat the crap out of this guy because of the god kind of title thing. I would really like that.
I'm just going to say it outright. I think it's Road. Now, a lot
It's
of
nuts.
people, and in fact, I would probably say most One Piece fans that aren't, like, talking about it for a living would probably say, who's that? Who's this guy? Did we know this guy? Does this guy actually show up? I don't remember.
What?
Okay, so Road, or Rodo, it depends on the translations. The katakana for his name is literally just Ro, and then the long vowel sound, Do. So it's literally Rodo is his name. So I'll probably switch back and forth. I mean, road is funny because that's like an English word for a street is a road. So Rodo sounds more
I saw
like
someone in the chat bring up
Oh, did you hear that one?
road
That one actually might have
poneglyph
been
as
picked up
well.
on the mic. That one
That
was
would be
loud.
interesting
That one was loud.
if it connects to
But
that.
anyway, yeah, Rodo. So I'm gonna switch back and forth between them, but Rodo
just popped
sounds
in my
more
head
like a
because of that.
Viking type name for me, right? Okay. Anywho, this guy is a member of the new giant warrior pirates, part of Hyruden's crew. The giant that Luffy fought at Dressrosa. Remember the giant Luffy fought at Dressrosa?
The goat.
Big guy, punched out Mock.
Yes,
with
I
good
love this
gear.
scene.
And then they exchanged sake cups, and he became a member of the Grand Fleet. Okay, that guy has a crew, the new giant warrior pirates. It only consists of 5 members, Hyruden, who is the captain, Gerd, who is the doctor, Stanson, who's the shipwright. He was the giant that was imprisoned at the auction house alongside Rayleigh. Then we have Rodo and Goldberg, okay? Rodo and Goldberg
I didn't know that.
Have been mentioned before during Big Mom's backstory. They were born the same time as Loki. So it was mentioned, like, when everybody was getting ready for the Winter Solstice Festival, you know, the whole Semla incident with Big Mom, it was mentioned that, oh, Loki, the Prince of the Giants, has been born in the castle. Oh, such a joyous day.
What? Okay, now I'm really into this. Because if Rodo is like a weirdo, and Loki, we're just gonna flat out assume Loki's a weirdo, right? We're just gonna flat out assume that. If that's the case, is this other giant also a weirdo? I would like that. I would like that. If this is like some crazy setup. I'm really wondering, I see here, I don't know if you guys can see my mouse. I'll check. No, you can't. But next to the panel that says, "Now let's eat," directly next to it, it looks like there is like a skull with like antlers on it. Maybe that's where he was born. And maybe the reason he wears that mask is because that's like his family kind of symbol. Because a lot of these houses have different symbols kind of on there. This one's like a shield. That's interesting. This one's like a sheep looking thing. I like that. I would like that a lot. I would like that.
Hey, also 2 new giants in the village were born, Rodo and Goldberg. And it's like, oh, we're going to celebrate the Winter Festival because of all these great blessings
That's really
that we
interesting.
had and the God of the Sun and all that jazz, okay? So I don't believe Rodo has ever spoken. Hold on, does he even have a voice actor?
Ooh. Sorry, I keep pausing. Maybe these guys, these 3 that are mentioned here, they don't really care about Big Mom too much. Because think about it. Loki wanted to marry one of Big Mom's daughters. If he had some disdain towards Big Mom at all, I highly doubt that would happen. But Loki was born seemingly around the exact same time. Seemingly around the exact same time that Big Mom did this. So he wouldn't have any, like, negative emotions, really, because he wasn't even cognizant to even know what this is. So maybe that's the exact same reason why Rode is kind of like a weirdo and, like, I am really curious why he said he talked like a samurai as well, with the Tasso crap. Oh, I see. Informal suffix used to denote characters from shows or TV you like. Okay. So he's being a nerd, playing a character. Cool.
He does not. So he has never spoken before. I'm actually even surprised he showed up in the anime. There was one shot in an episode that actually showed all 5 members of the new Giant Warrior Pirates they included in the anime. Because he's only actually officially ever shown up in a cover page. When
I will return. That's insane.
Straw Hat Grand Fleet.
That's insane.
We have little introductory panels for the 5 members, and we see a cover page with Rodo. This is like the only time he's ever appeared in the manga. There might have been maybe some other time, but I really think this is the only one.
What?
It's this scene right here in the manga, and then the scene in the anime that they include all 5 of them, and that's kind of
Teching
it,
is
right?
so insane.
And by the way, Goldberg was the chef. I don't know if I said that. And Rodo is the navigator. Okay, very important. That's why he's holding a scroll in his hand.
Very important.
So,
he said it. Very
why
important.
is this guy the sun god? Well, for one thing, Oda's already established him, just barely, but he has established him, okay? He has a name, he has a job, and we know he's a member of the crew of, you know, Hyruden and the new Giant Warrior Pirates, okay? So he has his appearance. I guess Oda drew his appearance, okay?
Oh,
so we know a little bit about
that's
him,
a good point. Winston, shouts to Winston, says, like a family crest, there was a raven crest in the castle, and I don't know if the Mugen bird is a raven or a crow, but hey, if it's not whatever one it is, it could be whatever the crest is, you know? That's interesting. That's interesting.
Literally nothing else. Oh, I guess all of
because the bird brings people in, he puts them in the castle. It would make sense that the castle had the symbol of the bird.
At Kalibali Island before the
Cool.
Cross Guild was formed, he had basically a bunch of mercenaries working for him, and he would like send out the mercenaries to wherever they needed to be in the world. You know, Buggy's delivery service. Hyruden, Goldberg, Rodo, and Stanson and Girth were the S-class mercenaries, like the strongest members on Buggy's like list that he could send out to people, right? And then after the events of Dressrosa, after Hyruden becomes a member of the Straw Hat Grand Fleet, he leaves, as well as all the other giants. They leave Buggy's delivery and they form their own crew, right? Okay, so that's the idea. So we knew he used to be a mercenary, and now he's just a pirate along with Hyruden and everybody else, right? Okay. So in the last chapter, we see the Sun God approaching the
interesting.
workshop room that
Hold
the
up,
Straw Hats
idea.
broke.
Maybe, because he just mentioned that they weren't a group, they were mercenaries. Maybe because them becoming a group seems like a recent thing. Unless I'm like remembering this wrong, or am I mishearing it? If this guy, let me go back a bit. It's not showing. Alright, well, I can't find it.
We see the Sun God approaching the
Anyway,
workshop room that the
if
Straw
they
Hats
were
broke
like
into
just
and were
random
causing
mercenaries
havoc,
that then
beating
became a
up all
group,
the
maybe he'd be
animals
like,
the
oh,
snake
you
and the
joined,
crows
not all
and
of
the
us,
army
you
of
know?
rats and everything like
If they
that.
were
They
a group
trying to
already,
prevent them
though,
from
then
escaping. We don't see
it would be strange.
the giant, the Sun God, very clearly in terms of what they look
I love
like,
that was a
because
net.
they are dressed
I
in
love that the
long
staff
cloaks
was
and
a
holding
net.
really
That's so
cool staff
funny.
and wearing like, I originally said it was like an antler, like a deer antler head. It looks more like a moose. Actually, now that I'm looking at it again, it looks more like a moose skull, maybe an elk or something like that. But, you know, Elbaf, big country with giants and stuff. I'm sure, like, giant moose and giant elks and stuff are walking around anyway.
Probably.
Like kind of a deer-elk skull, wielding a shield that also has the sun emblazoned on it. The staff is like the staff of the sun, right? And also wearing boots that have heels on them and, like, fur
That's so
around the
crazy.
boots, okay? So this was the first indication that something was up. This was the first indication, all right? Because I'm thinking about Road, and I'm just throwing this out there right now. Road, or Rodo, kind of has the appearance like he could be a villain, right? I mean, the hair, and he has like the scarf. Maybe it's just a leftover thing from Katakuri. I don't know. But if you were going to say this guy was going to be a villain, yeah, I could see that. I could see that. Sure.
Wow.
Yeah, why not, right? Or at the very least, maybe a low-tier villain at the beginning of the arc. I don't think.
Wow. Wow.
Regardless of who.
Wow.
I don't think this person's going to be the overarching villain throughout the entire arc of Elbaf. Okay, this might be just like an introductory villain. This is the Hold'em of Elbaf.
The Hold'em of Elbaf.
Smile user way back at the beginning
Whoa.
of Hold'em. That's like this guy. Okay, so. But it could be Rodo, all right? I was like, all right, he wears very similar shoes. And seriously, how often do you look at a man's shoes? Not very often. Andy Dufresne was able to break out of a prison because no one paid attention to his shoes. One guard paid attention to his shoes. His whole escape plan was shot in the foot right there, quite literally. But nobody pays attention to shoes. There was a close-up. Oda showed us a scene of the shoes. He wanted us to know the shoes. I'm on to you, Oda. Don't worry, I got it.
This is so great.
Shoes, you see the trim. Here's Rodo, shoes and the trim. Now, granted, Girth also, I think, wears a similar kind of boot. Who's the doctor? She was like Big Mom's friend way back in the flashback, right? Now, we don't see the heels, but also this is like her facing forward. I'm assuming her boots have heels. I'm assuming they would. You know, and in fact, a lot of people's like, hey, we don't know the gender of the giant, the sun
That's
god
true.
that is, you know, keeping the Straw Hats trapped in that city. I know you see heels, you immediately think indicative of a woman, but perhaps in this case, with the style of Elbaf, could be men and women both wear, heeled boots and stuff. And in case we know that, because Roto right here is wearing heeled boots, so there you go. Okay, next thing, at the very end of the chapter, we see a close-up of the eye of this sun god giant, okay? Now, we don't get to see a lot of their face because they're wearing the mask, but it zooms in through the eye hole of the mask, and we see the eye of the individual. Now, this is something maybe I'm just looking too far into this, but number one, it's the left eye of the giant. Look at Roto.
That's, yeah.
Covers his right
yeah.
eye. His left eye, that's the one he keeps uncovered.
That's so sick.
Also, it's really hard to see because this is just a full body view of Roto and we don't see like his eye close up. But in this shot that we see of Roto in the cover page, his eyes are kind of like this.
Kind of droopy.
He's not like bug-eyed or anything. He's like no, he's just. And it kind of matches up with the eye that we see. That one, okay, I'll give it to you. That one's not like, technically.
I see it though.
That's kind of reaching.
I mean, you were right. So.
Just wanted to bring it up. Maybe it could be. It could be. Whatever. Going by the overall build of the individual, this sun god seems to be more sleek, like when they have the cloak on. And so Roto seems a little bit bulkier. But keep in mind that is because he is wearing giant, like,
big
football
shoulder pads. Yeah.
Giant football shoulder pads or whatever. Like he's a Dragon Ball Z character or some shit like that, right? I'm assuming when he's dressing up in his hobby to be the sun god and work on his model city, he's probably not wearing his armor, okay? He's probably going to be wearing his leisurely clothing. So taking off the giant football pad, like shirking that off, taking off his belt, all of his armor, and he's like, ooh, I'm going to dress like the sun god. He puts on the cloak, he puts on the deer elk skull helmet mask or whatever. He's like, oh, he picks up his staff. Oh, man, I'm going to have so much fun messing with the humans in my model city today, right? Okay. Now, I brought this up on a stream, and the live reaction of the audience was there and everything like that, and somebody brought up, it's just like, hey, well, if it is Roto, he's like a mass murderer because like there's skulls and bones all over this castle. Like he's been throwing humans in. Whoever the sun god is has been chucking humans in this model city, and they've been being.
I'm pausing that. Hold up. Is that true? All the skulls and bones? I don't remember that. Okay. Nami's in the castle. I'm looking to see all these skulls and bones here. Oh my god. Yeah, with the lion there was a ton. Oh my god. Let's see, that's 1, 2... We got 2 people at least. Probably a lot more. Probably a lot more. No way. I'm so curious how long. Because giants live to be so old, too. Giants live to be so old. He probably was doing this for such a long time. To the extent that people believed he was a god, Oh, that's crazy.
Being eaten alive by the cat and by the porcupine, or not the porcupine, the hedgehog. Maybe there is a porcupine too. The rabbit god has probably stomped on a few people.
Oh yeah, the rabbit god was a carnivorous rabbit.
You understand that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's the thing, though. It could still be Roto because we know nothing about this man's personality. His personality, as we know it, is he's a navigator.
True.
That's not much of a personality. Nami's a navigator. There's a little bit more to her personality than just she knows how to read maps. Although, by the way, other thing, if you're going to be somebody that's going to build a model city, that's going to be in a large room, and you're going to have a workshop, and you're going to lay the whole city out based off of Elbaf.
Gotta know how to navigate it.
There's a castle, which is maybe the castle where like Odin and Loki live, and Big Stein Castle in the model is what the sun god made out of it. Yggdrasil is there, which is a fake version of Yggdrasil. So they're clearly, whoever the sun god is building this city based.
That'd be a
off
great
of Elbaf.
setup. if it's like a
Well,
scale
if you're a
model.
navigator
I would
and
love
you know
that.
all about maps and you know all about
I would love that.
geography, you would be pretty well suited to build a model of the island that you have all the maps from. Saying
Yeah.
that as well. But yeah, so, and the thing is, like, the rest of the new Giant Warrior Pirates, like Hyrudin and Girth and Goldberg, they might not be aware of this at all. This might not even be registering on their radar, right? Like, Rodo is a pirate that's been with them. And actually, I don't really know if they have been the new Giant Warrior Pirates while they were on Buggy's crew.
That's what
or
I'm
if
thinking.
They were just mercenaries that individually joined up. Maybe some of them, like Hyrudin, already knew about Gerd because they met. We see them interacting during Big Mom's flashback. Okay, I'm assuming Rode and Goldberg, they grew up with Hyrudin and Gerd, so they would know each other as well. And Stanson also was there. He grew up with him as well. So maybe they were all part of the same crew on Buggy's crew, and then they split off and just did their own thing, right? Kind of like a reverse of what happened with Ace and the Spade Pirates, right? Instead of, you know, being their own separate crew and joining up with Whitebeard, you know, the new Giant Warrior Pirates were originally a member of Buggy's crew, and then they split off to do their own thing, right? At any rate, Rodo might be like, just like, oh, I'm a navigator, I work for the new Giant Warrior Pirates, yada, yada, yada. But in his free time, you know, as part of his hobby, he kidnaps humans and puts them in his little city to be devoured by the cat or whatever. Now, this could come from actual malevolence, like he actually gets a sick thrill out of this, like, whoa, like him pretending he's the sun god.
I
or
mean,
some
he
shit
definitely
like that.
does.
Or it could come from just like, you know, he's a giant, so he doesn't view human lives as like the same way as giant lives. You know,
He
he's
doesn't.
like, oh, these are just, you know, insects to me. You know, whatever.
Okay, he didn't say insects, but he said itty bitty humans. But this is great. This is such a galactic brain read. I
can do
love
whatever
this.
I want with them. You know, it's just I'm just gonna put them in here and have them run around, and it's just like a complete disconnect of empathy.
He did call them
Doesn't
living
register
dolls.
with them because they're not the same as him, right? And those are some messages I could definitely see Oda tackling in this story. I mean, most of the giants we've seen so far interact very equally with humans. You know, the way that Dory and Bragi reacted to Luffy and everybody when they first met them on Little Garden. They did not look at them as like, you know, they were less than they are. They made jokes about the fact that they're small or whatever, but that's beyond that. They're not just like, oh, you're a human, you're inferior to us, the giants. You know, like nothing like that. No, in fact, Dory and Bragi were quite impressed of Luffy's fighting power. Okay, that's how you win over the favor of Dory and Bragi. Not all giants could be like that, though. There could be some giants that genuinely feel superior just because we're bigger than humans. We should be the ones calling the shots. That was basically
literally
Arlong's
exactly
motive
what
the
I
entire
said.
time. Arlong's motive was,
Oh my god, he's even bringing up
fishmen
Arlong.
are 10 physically
What?
stronger than
What? Alright. I love this video. I love this video. This is so good. First off, I'm gonna like this video. That deserves a like.
humans. Therefore, we're the ones that should be ruling the world, not them. And that's where a lot of that shit came from, right? So, yeah, there could be giants like that as well, and Rodo could be one of them, right?
Yep.
And so, unbeknownst to the rest of the new Giant Warrior Pirates, he has this little hobby room, this little workshop that he dresses up in and, you know, throws humans
Loki
in there
will
and everything
probably be
like
one
that.
as well.
And the ultimate end of this is this giant should pose no threat
Maybe
to
not,
the
though.
Straw Hats.
He did fall in love
Luffy,
with Lola.
Sanji, Zoro, they
She's
should
a
all
human.
be able to take this guy down, no problem. At absolute worst, Luffy can go into Gear 5th, make himself huge, and just punch him in the face really hard. That should be enough to knock this guy out. I don't think this guy is like some crazy powerful.
The fact
like,
Nami
actual
was the
sun
one that
god
defeated him
deity,
too.
or he has some
Not even
ridiculously OP devil fruit
Sick.
ability. He might not have one. Maybe he does. Maybe he doesn't. But even if he has the devil fruit power, even if he knows hockey, he's not on like Kaido level or something. Like I don't think anybody's really saying that. A lot of people are still saying it's Loki. I don't think it's Loki. I don't think Oda's gonna pull the Loki card just yet. We are gonna get there. We're gonna get to Loki. Don't worry about it. I just don't think it's gonna start off like that. Okay. Or maybe rather it's a red herring because Loki is the trickster god, so everybody might suspect that this is Loki because of that reason, right? But no, I think it's Rodo. I think, hey, Oda's like, hey, I introduced this character way back in, like, I think it was chapter 898 where you see him on the cover page. Hey, I drew this character already.
He didn't
I
even
mentioned
mention the
him in
title.
Flashback with Big Mom. We don't know anything about him, but he's there. I gave a design for him, so Maybe that was the guy the whole time.
I love that he didn't mention the title. It's so funny.
Stick a fork in that theory, it's done. But that's an idea. That's certainly an idea. I know that there's the other idea. I know Morge was bringing up the
Morge God Knight idea.
That had the deer's skull and everything. Is like, oh, that's the same person, dude. We could go ahead with that one as well. I don't think that's the case, but we could certainly explore that. That's fine with that, and that's the great thing about One Piece. You know, there's a new mysterious character. There's something going on, and it's just like, ooh, it could be this way or this way or this way. There's like a bunch of different branching theories that it could be, and I'm going with this one. I'm going with the Rodo Gambit. We'll see what happens, right? And then perhaps Luffy beats the crap out of Rodo, and he's on the ground, and the skull cracks and falls off, and he's there just like, oh. And then Gerd and Hiruden walk in, and they see everything, and maybe they did know about it. Maybe Hiruden is like, oh, Rodo, we talked about this. Are you still putting people in your Lego cities? Rodo, come on. I thought we moved past this. You know? And Rodo's there on the ground like, I'm sorry. I like to put people in my town and have run around with the cats or whatever. I like to pretend to be the sun god.
Having his animals just kill all these people.
Maybe this is a thing in the land of Elbaf. I don't know. There's also the theory I threw out in the review of it being like an exiled giant. Maybe a giant that did attempt to be the sun god at one point and was kicked out for being a heretic or some shit. I don't know.
Ooh. That's a fun premise.
Yeah, that's the idea. That's an idea.
Maybe that has something to do with them. Maybe. I actually really like that idea too. He could put that backstory onto him. That's why he had to become a mercenary. He couldn't be on Elbaf, so he became a mercenary. That's a fun idea. That is a fun idea. That would kind of disqualify him from being on Elbaf. Which kind of sucks. But I like that idea. The exiled for wanting to be the sun god idea. That's cool.
To be, in my opinion, as I fix my Lego dagger, it seems to be in the wheelhouse of Oda to attempt something like this, right? And by the way, like I said, this is not going to be like, oh, Rodo's the villain or anything like that. But we could, we can explore the idea that, like, there was a member of Hiruden's crew that was doing some shit.
It's like the start of Sabaody with Duval coming into the story. It's like, yeah, this is a bit of a wild pull, but we're putting this in at the beginning. Then that'll lead us to our new location, and then things are going to get really serious at that new location. That's what I think it could be. And it kind of fits with the story structure of the post-time skip so far. I considered Wano like the Water 7. Like, oh, once we do this, there's no going back. In Water 7, it was Luffy declaring war on the world government. In Wano, it was Luffy becoming a Yonko. And then Thriller Bark and Egghead are kind of going into these very specific themes. Kuma is super relevant, both of them as well. Talks about what it means to be alive. So, yeah. And then this, I guess this would be like the Sabaody. Things are going to get... This is what we've been waiting for. So that's kind of what I'm thinking.
Behind the scenes, and Hiruden
not literally the
like
exact same, but like
that. And then we could get
I could see some parallels happening.
Maybe it might be played off, and it would be really difficult to play it off like this because there are dead people in the city. Unless you want to say something like Rodo could actually have the joke of like, oh, those bones weren't real.
Okay.
Those were just fake. Those were plastic bones I made and threw in there for realism. Like, I actually haven't killed anyone. Still, even if that's the case, which would be a little ridiculous, but even if that was the case, you're still kidnapping people and throwing them in a city to be chased around.
I kind of hope
by
that the people
animals.
are dead. That would be crazy.
Died, which
that'd be insane.
Kind of dubious because there's bones there. But even though they do explain that away, he's still guilty of some pretty egregious crimes here. And then we can move on to proper Elbaf, and then we can find out what really is going on here, and maybe the serious threat that looms over the country or something. Maybe Rodo is just the introductory to it. Like, hey, there's certain giants that look at humans like action figures and playthings and nothing more. Rodo is one of them. He's not that powerful or that influential, but what happens if there's a giant that is super powerful and is influential and also has that viewpoint towards humans. He doesn't have a Lego city, but he also views them as, like, inferior. That could be the gateway into the actual plot line of
And that maybe Loki wasn't like that before, but then Lola left. Maybe he changed. He's like, oh, like, how could this have happened to me? You know, and then he's gonna start dismissing the humans. That would be cool. That would be really cool.
Elbaf. See where we're going with this. I almost said Wano again. I don't know why. Wano was so long ago. I don't know why I keep confusing Elbaf from Wano. Anyway, that's the video. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, everybody. This will be Teching, signing out.
Great video. Great video. Beyond impressed. Beyond impressed. I'm very happy we watched that. That was a great video. Let me see if everything is good here. It should be. Should be good. Should be good. But yeah, that was a great video. He absolutely cooked. I am going to message him the second I'm done this stream and be like, bro, that was really impressive. Really impressive. Let's see. Usopp is all of us, please. Let outside be Elbaf. Yeah. Yeah, that was so real. I'm hoping Usopp, you know, I'm curious, you know, people are definitely going to react poorly to Usopp not being able to break the bricks, but, like, this is just the start. This is just the start, you know? We're not even on Elbaf, maybe. I don't know. But, who knows? Let's see if anyone is up. If not, like I said, we'll just end the stream. Seems like no. Seems like no. But, it is what it is. It is what it is. That's going to be it from me. Great chapter. Great theory. Great video. Genuinely probably the best chapter of Elbaf so far. I loved it. This is a great chapter. And what a brilliant chapter. What a brilliant chapter. So, that'll be it from me. Hope you guys enjoyed. Appreciate you for watching me ramble. As always, you know, there's a lot of people who do One Piece, so I appreciate you guys watching me do One Piece. And obviously, support the other creators as well, like the GOAT Teching, you know. He absolutely cooked this time. Not that he doesn't, usually, but, you know, in specific with this was very impressive. That'll be it from me. Hope you guys enjoyed. Take care, and I'll see you next week with 1130. And I hope we're on Elbaf. I really